Hi, this is Heather the Hygienist with Simply Silver Mouthwash, and I'm here with you today to discuss what type of floss you should be using. I know the most common one that most people use is something called Glide. Glide, I really don't recommend because it's made out of a Teflon coating, and like a Teflon coated pan, it's a non-stick substance, so it's not something I would generally recommend that you use. I know it gets in between those tight areas, but it's so slippery. It slips in between your teeth, but it doesn't really remove anything as effectively as something like Dr. Tung's Smart Floss. So typically, I don't recommend the Glide. You also have something that Listerine makes. It's the Listerine Gentle Gum Care. That one is made out of something called Pebax Multi-Rib with micro grooves. I know that's kind of weird, but it's some sort of a copolymer. I actually do like that floss. I feel like it is more effective than your basic waxed or unwaxed floss. Also, you'll find on the market something by Oral-B called Oral-B Essential Floss. I do like that as well. It is made out of a nylon, and I do find it more effective than just your basic, everyday, run-of-the-mill waxed floss. The favorite one I was talking about by Dr. Tung's, this is actually a polyester fiber, and it's coated with some sort of a beeswax, and it's flavored with like a cardamom oil. I tell you, it's awesome. It really stretches thin, and the way that it's made, it expands in between your teeth. So I'm just going to take out a piece right here, and you can kind of see that it looks a little thick, but it does stretch thin when you use it. So always with floss, you want to make sure that you use your middle fingers to wrap the floss around. Don't use your index fingers. You're never going to get to your back teeth using your index fingers. This way, you can take your middle fingers and then your index fingers and get to those back teeth way more effectively. So I really love Dr. Tung's Smart Floss. I know some people try and get away with not flossing, and they want to use these little, they're called proxy brushes. They have almost what looks like a tiny pipe cleaner on the end of it, and they are very handy for getting food out from in between your teeth after you've eaten something that has gotten stuck, but it doesn't replace flossing. I like these as well. They're called soft picks. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a very thin, almost like a plastic brush on the end of it, and it's really handy for those smaller spaces that you don't get that weird feeling of a wire going in between your teeth. So I really do like the soft picks. And then most of my patients are addicted to these things. These are okay for getting food out in between your teeth, but it does not replace manual floss, and that is because you can see it's very taut. So it is not going to adhere to your tooth like a C shape, which is how you really need to be adapting the floss in order to get underneath the gum tissue. So these are handy. They're great for kids, for those times when you don't really have the time to use manual floss, but it does not replace regular floss. The best thing to do is use the combination of a water pick and the floss that we just went over, the Dr. Tung's Essential Floss. It's wonderful. I love it, and I will talk to you soon.